The creators support the channel by subscribing, hitting that notification bell. So today we're gonna review how nasdaq Ninja applies support and resistance. Without any waste of time, let's get into it.
Place, and then once it reaches there, this is where you're gonna engage. Understand? So now I'm just gonna be doing support and resistance. I like to see support and resistance wins, and I see it winning. You're still gonna learn, guys. If you feel like you're giving support and resistance a credit this year, you still have to learn, man, because trend lines are part of it as well. Because we need to know the whole direction of the market, where the market is exactly going. So in most cases, when you trade, especially when you trade with support and resistance, these are certain things that you need to understand and respect as a trader. What are those things? I'm gonna just show you now. This, you need to understand at this point, you don't actually know where the market is going, right? The only way you could actually know is these 2 points being broken. If we can break this lowest point, we know that probability of us reaching here are high and breaking the low. And then if we break this top, we know probabilities of us breaking the high are high. So this is just the consolidation and more focus. So sometimes basically you need to wait for a breaker candlestick, and then this is where you can enter your entry point, knowing that this is now the market confirming that we're gonna push to the top side. I like saying when I trade with my student life, I say this is where the market has to celebrate of breaking either the top or the bottom. You understand? So the market does celebrate, and you guys sometimes you don't see it celebrating. Why am I saying it has to celebrate? It's because at this certain point, it been around this point, so it has to break one of this. Once it break one of this, we know very well that it has to retest and push to the top side. That is how support and resistance definitely works and how it works. So those are the most focused of today. What is it? But from this point, you can make a decision and see which direction you can take. So me, I could have like take a buy here because the market in the previously candlestick, it's been buying, you understand? So I can take a buy. The only way I can take a sell is when it breaks this low. But where it is, I can take a buy. Why? Because even if it's a consolidation, the market has to play around at this certain point. It has to touch here, but it didn't. It just reversed and the road. It has to touch here in order to sell, or touch here and then move around, because we don't know when the consolidation will be broken. The only way we can see the consolidation being broken is when the market breaks it. Understand? So if you can see here, this could be like a minor retest, and sooner or later we can see the market pushing to the top side. And if the market is so strong enough to push to the top side, we're going to see it pushing and breaking the top. Because the reason I'm saying this is because if you can check in the past, we have our double bottom here. We can say even triple bottom. So the market been buying, man. It will be crazy for us to try to reverse it. And then this is a trend line that we have to break in order for us to have like a proper entry point. So you can have your entry point somewhere here, noting that this has a higher advantage of breaking and pushing to the top side. So sells, you're only going to enter once it breaks here. But here, you just have to look at the probabilities of support and resistance, and you can just enter your sells, your buys. You can enter your buys at this certain point and then put your stop loss below this, so that if it breaks, then you know this is just a reversal, and then put your take for this as fast as you can. Understand? That's how I trade, guys. This is how I trade, and I focus most on this kind of probabilities of trading. You see the market is just reversing at a certain point, and sooner or later you might see it pushing to the top side. I don't know if it's the right time to trade gold still in the morning, but for me, bro, like I like trading it at these certain times because I feel like there's no drama here. So this is the one that can give us a sell as well, bigger one. So this is how the market you analyze and you get a trade. And you understand? You need to understand, once you dive in deeper, you get to understand where are you actually going. And the most important thing is ourselves, we need to enter here if it breaks. But for as far as where it is, we need to just focus on buying opportunities. You understand? You can see the market is just respecting this place like nobody's business. So those are one of the most important thing I would like to actually touch when it comes to trading. We don't actually confuse ourselves. We trade where we actually see high probabilities of the market and the market respecting certain places. You understand? So the only thing that is killing most of the people is being against what you actually see. You understand? Whatever you see, man, it's real. Support and resistance wasn't created by Ninja. It was created way before I could even. I'm not sure if I could be born or what, but this strategy has been there for a very long time. For me to come and say it doesn't work, it's a disrespect to the elders. Understand? So some of your mentors like saying things that don't work because they never use them correctly, and now they blame the strategy. The strategy never been a issue. If the strategy was an issue and you had the best strategy, You could be not even driving a Lamborghini. You could be buying Earth today. You understand? So it's one of the one or two things that we have to understand when it comes to actually trading. So I see a good buying opportunity there, especially if I break this trend line. I know definitely I'm gonna be moving past everything. You understand? So this is just a liquidity that I need to be coming across and breaking it and pushing to the top. I know very well if I break this liquidity, I'm gonna push to the top side. I just send a signal into my free channel. You're gonna find it in the bio, or you're gonna receive free signals. So this is what I see from that one. Let's go.